it be? Where it be? We in the building. We in the building. Make sure you got your stick. Make sure you got your coffee. You know how we do around this time. Pull my joint down a little bit. That's right. 52 Block Apparel on deck. Where it is, it's your boy LB. We here. We rocking. Which art is king? We trying to figure it out. Which art is king? What art is the king of the kings? The king of kings. Which art is the king of kings? Malcolm Price. Would it be? Would it be? Malcolm Price. Salute. Salute. We here. We here. David Pollock. Family. Uh-oh, my family pulling up. They pulling up. They pulling up. The notifications is going out. They pulling up. We got a good one tonight. Which art is king? Punching, kicking, or wrestling? What you doing out there? You punching, you kicking, or you wrestling? We finna talk about it. Which one is the king art? There's only 3 groups of arts. There's only 3 major groups of fighting. Punching, kicking, and wrestling. Now we trying to figure out and determine which one sits at the top of the throne. At the top of the totem pole. Mr. Duke, yeah, we pulling up. The fam pulling up. It's the pull-up squad. He said, I can't wait to hear this one. Yeah, this one we going in. We gonna chew the fat on this one. We chewing the fat tonight. It's Friday night. We got to chew the fat. Come on up in the room. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. That's right. We're gonna give it 6 minutes, like Dougie Fresh. Let people come in the room. Wrench Gang Gang. Wrench Gang Gang is on deck. They always ready. Keep the chat down to a minimum. Keep it very respectful. We respectful up in here. We gentlemen up in here. You know, when my teacher said, Joe Frazier said to him, we gentlemen up in here. That's right. Smash that like button. Wipe your feet before you come in the house. Check your emotions at the door. Leave your emotions at the door with your coat and your hat. On the coat and the hat rack. Hang your emotions up. That's right. I want to hear that logical. I don't want to hear the mythological. I don't want to hear the mythological. I want to hear that logical. And I want to hear from you. But anyway, let's start it off. Let's start it off with a little bit of something that was going on. I don't know if y'all seen the new videos I put up. What is wrong with these fools? Why they keep coming at me? They keep coming at me and I got to keep telling them.
You know, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it, dog? Huh?
How you want it, dog? I'm surgical with this. I got to keep telling them.
You know, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it, dog?
How you want it, dog?
Closed casket?
See, I got to keep telling them. Let me tell them again. Tell them again.
You know, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it, dog? Huh? Closed casket?
I'm surgical with this thing. Why they keep playing with me? Why they keep playing with me? They up there talking about Mr. Burley like Mr. Burley ain't going to shoot back. I fire back. That's right, I'm a Cancer. You know, and anybody knows a Cancer knows we got some pettiness in us. We will fire back. Yeah, you know, they trying to build, but see, I understand the game. We only going to do it on my time and on my dime. So while they out here talking, all they doing is building the brand of Mr. Burley. Because if they know anything about Mr. Burley, I was built on hate. This whole thing was built on hate. Then it turned to love. See? On the other side of hate, on the other side of the fence of hate, there's love. That's what I discovered. So they mad. They mad. They said I got a bunch of people following me like zombies. Like my followers ain't got brains and they ain't been in this martial art thing and they don't know what good martial arts is. They acting like y'all don't know what good martial arts is. Oh yeah, no technique. Swinging the stick around. And then there's another dude out there calling himself something the boxing scholar with no fights. How you a boxing scholar with no fights? It's impossible. Don't call yourself a scholar. Just call you a student of the game, but you are no scholar. When you throw scholar on your name, you better be like Freddie Roach in them. Huh? You better be like Freddie Roach in them when you throw scholar on your name. Or,
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it, dog? Huh?
I'm surgical with this bitch. How you want it, Jake? I'm surgical. I'll slice you up. It's more than just the hands. See, what they don't understand is I'm a fighter that thinks. It's more than just the hands. We thinkers. We thinkers. So it's going to be hard to get past the thinker. I'm a thinker and I got hands? Oh, that's a problem. We call that a problem. Sure enough, that's a problem. Smash that like button. Coffee. We finna jump into this. But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them Fuels, but every time they jump up, I'ma slap them back down. That's right. Because we got proof over here. I don't know what they talking about. We got proof. Certified proof. And they over there just yapping. Making videos. I go to their channel. They got empty channels talking about they've been fighting for 10 years. And you ain't got one video up, I don't believe you. What Jay-Z said, we don't believe you. You need more people. Yeah, we don't believe you. You need more people. That's what Jigga told them. We don't believe you. You need more people. And they mad because the people stand with Burley. They stand with Mr. Burley. So they mad. They mad at the people's champ. They mad at the people's champ. See, they want to put a champ in there that they want to put in there. No, that's not how this works. The people choose the champion. People choose their champion, and the people have spoken. Now they upset. It's too late. It's too late. And I'm giving out addresses if they want to come and get them hands put on them. I got students that'll put hands on you, hands and feet all over you, choke you up, take you down to the ground, ground and pound. I got those. I got those. They ready. They hungry. They hungry. They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. I'm trying to tell them they do not want that smoke. And if they do pop up trying to get some of this work from Mr. Burley, they're going to get what they came for. Because everybody that danced with Mr. Burley already know what you're going to get. They already know what you're going to get. They know the outcome. Outcome it's almost absolute. Ain't nothing absolute, but it's damn near close. It's damn near close. Straight like that. Now let's jump into this, people. We passed our 6-minute mark. We got 11 people in the building, and that's enough to cook with. All I need is more than 5, and we can get live. So let's start this up. Punching, kicking, or wrestling. The 3 major food groups of fighting. Out of those food groups, you get everything else. From punching, you get your elbow. Kicking, you get the knee. Grappling, you get wrestling, submissions. So those 3 major groups encompass the whole thing. So we're going to focus on the major groups. We ain't going to break down into their sub parts. We ain't going to go into the elbows and all of that right now. We just basically working on the 3 major food groups of fighting. Punching, kicking, and wrestling. And which one is the king? Which one is the king? So I'm going to need your response on this. I'm going to need you to like, share this video, get this video out, and let's talk about it. What do you believe is the king art? Punching, kicking, and wrestling. Now let's take a look at all 3. We gotta break down all 3 before we make this judgment. Now punching. This by far is the most natural way for a man to fight. Standing between heaven and earth, the most natural way for a man to protect himself safely with the economy of motion is punching. If you was in a dark alleyway and they turned off and then everything was pitch black, how would you walk down that alleyway? With your hands in front of you. So our hands are our first meters. These are our tentacles. They're very educated. We do a lot with our hands. We pick stuff up. We hug our wife. We slap people. We punch people, at least try to punch people. So it's the most natural way. And why is it the most natural way? Because you're standing up as a man between heaven and earth. You got the ground under your feet. You got your hands up. That is the most natural way. The most. The safest too. By far the safest. Now let's examine kicking. Kicking has a way longer range. Yeah, we grab people too. Kicking has a way longer range than wrestling and punching. You can pretty much, if you're a good kicker, you can stand outside the gap and kick a man's head like a soccer ball. Boop, boop. Just, kicking his arms, his legs. And I think the strongest kick recorded was the capoeira kick. I think they said it's equivalent to a car crash. A car crash, people. I don't know if too many punches equivalent to a car crash. If a man punch you and the energy is equivalent to two cars smashing together, that man's gonna be the champion. That must be like Deion. That's probably what it feels like to get hit by Deontay Wilder. It probably feel like a car crash when he hit you with that ticking time bomb. Just blow you up. Maybe he can do that, but he is an anomaly. He is an anomaly. You cannot teach people to have that type of power. That type of power is a gift from the Most High. The Most High has gifted Deontay Wilder with that one hitter quitter. He don't even got two pieces in the biscuit. He got one breast and he just serve you up. Yeah, we all trying to hit like that, Mr. Price. We all want to have that Deontay Wilder, but that's a gift. Now, you may be able to hit strong, but hit like Deontay, that's a gift. That's up there with Tyson, Rocky Marciano, Julian Jackson, Alexis Arguello. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest bombers of all times, Ernie Shavers. But kicking, like I said, has the capoeira kick has the is equivalent to a car crash. So that's way blowing the hands out of the box. But you have to go to 1 foot to serve a kick. You got to become a one-leg creature. Are we one-legged creatures? No. So that is not a natural offense compared to like punching. Punching, less risky than kicking. In them streets, you throw one of them kicks, people catch your leg. Now he got your leg and he looking at you like, yeah, son, you about to get this work. You got your leg, he got your leg. Yeah, that's a bad position to be in. You hopping around on one leg. Muay Thai, they sweep that standing leg so fast, your head would spin. Would you say capoeira is the best kicking art because it has the mobility built in with Jenga? I kind of go to Muay Thai. To me, it's the best kicking art. Paul Ruffin with that $10 super chat. What's going on, Brofessional? That's right. That's the word my homie invented, and that's the word we use around here. Right here? Over here? I mean, right here? This right here? It's called the Brofessional. Salute to my homie Paul with that $10 super chat. That's how we do it. We back, people. We back. But, as I was saying, you have to go to one leg to serve that kick. Risky stuff. If you're fighting outside, like I say, catch your leg. Now you got to fight to get your leg back. Or you kick, miss, and fall. How many times have we seen that? I've seen that a lot. Kickers, good kickers, not just bad kickers, good kickers go for a kick and fall. The best kicks, let's see what my man has to say. The best kicks to throw in the street fight, push kicks and leg kicks. A high kick should only be thrown if you know what you're doing and if you're 100% sure that he is going to land, that he's home for it. Oh, that McLellan Power, Gerald McLellan. How come that name is not ringing no bells? I gotta research that. The king is gun fu. Larry Sticker. You can effectively and quickly teach it to old people, women, and children. It's the only part that is the only one that lowers the playing field where size doesn't matter. Okay, Larry Stacker, but I got a question for you. Are the people that you teaching to buck your gun, or people that's learning to buck their gun, are they ready for the murder? Are they ready to carry a soul on their body? See, we just run around bucking guns like it's easy, because it is easy. But are you ready to carry the soul? Are you ready to go through the court cases to fight for your life? Because if you're not in the right state, if you're not in the stand your ground state, you're going to them steel gates, bars. If they catch you kicking that thing off in New York, oh yeah, it's 3 years mandatory just to be caught with the gun. You ain't even fire it yet, and they giving you 3 years off the bat. 3 years. Now you in jail fighting for your case. Are the people that's busting their guns, are they ready to go the full length? Pearly colored gates. You see those gates too. Are they ready for that type of thing? To carry, like, to have a body on your gun and the soul on your back. I love firearm, but there's a world of headache that follows up after using gun food. Talk about it. Talk about it, dude. Talk about it. High kicks work against UFC fighters. They use them all the time. I mean, like, you hear it that you shouldn't high kick in the streets. You shouldn't. You shouldn't high kick anywhere if you not really, if you don't have that. Is an amazing kickboxer, Ernesto Hoost. I gotta check him out. I ain't seen none of his fight. You gotta make sure he's there. You have to have been training that. You gotta be ready to pull that off. But if you've been doing it, you may be ready. You may be ready to pull that off. But like I said, it's a very risky technique. Now, let's get to the other one. Wrestling. Wrestling, the good old art of grabbing the man up. Me pick stuff up, me put it down. Me pick it up, me put it down. That's what the wrestlers do to you. Let me tell you something a slick wrestler told me. He said, Light Burley, you can never beat me in a fight because I got my friend with me. And I'm like, your friend? Nah, he's a wrestler. We're pretty much having this conversation because he's a wrestler. I wrestle, but I put a lot of stock in my hands and my feet, but I put a lot of stock in my hands. And he said, like, you won't be able to beat me because I fight with my friend. And I'm like, who's that? He said, the ground. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Press 1. The wrestler comes with a buddy. The wrestler, when he fight, is really 2 against 1. He got a friend with him called the ground that stand-up fighters aren't used to running against. Us as stand-up and deliver fighters, you don't know the ground like a wrestler knows the ground. But is wrestling natural? No, because you have to lay on the ground. And as human beings, we stand straight up in between heaven and earth. So, kicking, very risky. Wrestling, strong, but risky because you have to go to the ground and you have to take in what ground you go to. Most wrestlers work better on mats. What if you're fighting on gravel, broken glass? What if you're fighting on fire? Organization. I'm in Georgia. Come on down. I'll show you the Burley way. Come on down. Come get some of this Burley lesson. Smash that like button. Malcolm Price says judo for the streets. Yes. Yes. But we all know judo is not as clean as you can get in the school. This guy that you slamming down, he gonna be fighting, grabbing on you. Chances are you're going to the ground with him. What if you do the judo, you grab him, slam him to the ground, and while he's holding you, his buddies are coming up. His friends are and they're ready to tap dance on you and turn you into salsa. They're ready to dance on you until your bones turn to salsa. So there's an inherent danger with all 3 of them. But let's get down to the gist of it. I want to know right now, with all my people in the chat, to tell me which one you think is the king art. And don't tell me all 3, because we know all 3 together is mixed martial art. We know that one. AD said grappling is only ideal for one-on-one fight. Very true. Very true. When you grappling, you can only do one at a time. A man that's punching, he could be punching, a few people and running and punching and running and punching. Even the kicker, he may be able to kick 2 or 3 people. The wrestler can only handle one person at a time. So if his buddies pull up, God, salute, God time. If his buddies pull up, they're going to tap dance on you and turn your face into salsa. They're going to bring chips and dip. Malcolm Price said, I choose hands then. Malcolm Price says hands. What do you believe the king art is? Is it hands, kicking, or punching? Talk to me, people. Talk back to me. How 10 Toes say, talk back to me, Ted. Talk back to me. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Now, if we going for the sport of it, we got to say the Gracies really shocked the world. Because, see, the thing is, with a striker fighting a grappler, what you have to put in the mix too is you need the perfect shot. When the grappler is coming in, head down, it's hard. They're prepared to eat a couple of shots to put them healing hands on you. They'll eat a couple of shots just to put them healing hands on you. Let's see what my man said. Imagine I said, wrestling is a different sort of power. The entire body is involved, creating aspects of grappling. Wrestling can be applied like pummeling, clinches. Oh, hold on. Wrestling you can cause your entire body to stop there. I say hands. Not only can you punch or throw strikes, but hands are what you use to grapple and take down as well. Kicks are also, hold on, let me see that. Kicks are also important, but you got to set them up with the hands. Boom. I like that. I like that. Hands can sleep you. Maintain balance and hit at all parts of the body. King of the streets. Boom. Hard to say. I wouldn't say kicking, but I don't think I've seen any kind of boxing where they didn't clinch repeatedly every round. You most of the time need to teach power with boxing. Hands is the first thing that must be learned. It's necessary. I go with hands. Phantom, street defense. Very good answers. We coming with it. I ain't seeing too many people picking kicking though. Not too many people is going kicking. And yeah, and as a fighter, I agree with you. Street fighting. This is why I like Muay Thai, because they got kicks at the legs. You know what I'm saying? I like their intent. I like Muay Thai's intent. They kind of lumberjack you. They start chopping at the tree. And then it's timber. So I like that. And that can work in the street because a lot of street fighters have terrible leg stances. They stand with their legs too spread apart. They don't know how to shift their weight. So you can really catch one of those dudes sleeping. Malcolm Price said, not for the streets unless you kicking like Verhoeven, low kick set up with the hands. I don't know, I butchers his name. Dirty boxing seems like a really good fusion. Kyokushin and Muay Thai leg kicks are genuine threats. Yes, they are. Definite threats. Definitely, like I said, you can definitely get off some good Muay Thai leg kicks in the street because most dudes stand terrible. They stand terrible. But getting back to the wrestler, like I said, the wrestler is prepared to take 1 or 2 shots to put his hands on you. So as the striker, you got to catch him with that right shot because the Gracies shocked the world. They would just run in, chin down, and once they put their hands on you, you was going to the ground. Kicking is tricky, however, most of the time it neutralizes movement. Classic fight, Muhammad Ali versus Asia. Thai kicks hurt. Bladed footwork. Yes, Thai kicks hurt. Listen, if you drop the right kick in the street fight, he gonna respect you. He gonna respect your name. 52 is beautiful for all 3 though. Facts. Facts. Now I'm gonna have to go on a tangent why 52 blocks trumps all 3 of those. And I don't mean trump by it's better than, but the art of preservation, being able to make a man miss is important to set up your strikes. Defense is important, people. It is the forefront of fighting. It's how you respect the man. If you ain't got no defense and you try to fight me, you disrespecting me. You ain't putting no respect on my name if you gonna stand in front of me and think you gonna fight me without no defense. How you ain't put no respect on my name? I'ma chin check you. Oh, you gonna catch these hands? Just like Rocky Balboa. You remember Rocky Balboa when when Stallone started coming on, had this, had that neck snapping back. That's what you're gonna get from Burley. Using 50. I would say you need a full. Hold on. I would say you need the full repertoire and ability to be able to adapt to the situation, a calm mind. Yep. Yeah, but we're not talking about all three. We're not talking about MMA. We saying if you had to pick one, which one would you say is the king of all arts? Who stands on top? The hands, the feet, or the wrestler? Man, pull you to the ground, choke you out. Now, you know the wrestler can choke you out with his legs too. Stiff chin checks all the time. Snap that neck back. I snapped that neck back. You ain't gonna you gonna forget what you was trying to do. You gonna run in like, somebody answer that telephone. That's right. Closed door to a single leg pick or high guard, double closed door for 2-leg takedown. And that's just grappling. Malcolm Price is talking that talk. That's a man that know 52. See how he used the 52 to set up the wrestling? See, that's what defense is. Defense is the springboard of your offense. If a swimming pool was offense, defense would be the springboard. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Shaolin Monkey say hands all day. Okay, that's right. Say what you feel. You can only pick one. You can't say all three. You can only pick one. Punching, kicking, or wrestling. He said, okay, got you. Hard question, but then I would have to say hands. Maintain distance and excellence. Go and talk about it, brother. That's right. That's right. And excellence, your hands are these are your first tentacles. These are the tentacles. Legs take too much energy to use continuously. Facts. How many kicks can you get off in the street fight? You gonna be just kicking like Superfoot Bill Wallace, hopping on one leg? That's what you're gonna be doing? That could be very dangerous. That could be very dangerous. But now those two people facing the wrestler, the strikers facing the wrestler, as I said, the strikers have to worry about getting off a perfect shot. Perfect shot. Because if they don't, the wrestler tucks his head, gets in, puts his hands on you. Now, if the wrestler gets his hands on you, like that wrestler told me, he coming with a friend called the ground. The ground takes life out of you, people. When you get slammed to the ground, it's hard to keep that fight. I think some of the best stuff about boxing is the footwork. Whoa! Uh-oh. He went there with it. He went there with it. My man Raul Duke went there with it. He went there with it. The footwork of boxing can keep a ninja off you. Keep them ninjas off of you. You moving. They ain't got no footwork. They sitting in quick stand. If you ain't never did no footwork training, you can't just keep up with a man that got excellent footwork. And I speak from experience. Kicking in the fight is always a problem. I learned well to strike and hurt a lot and take movement away. Yes, because when you kick, you go to one leg. It's very hard to be mobile and kicking at the same time. But you can be mobile and punching. You could be mobile and grabbing somebody. You could be grabbing somebody and still moving with them. But you can't kick and move at the same time. You got to plant one foot and go to that one foot. My homies up in here, Mr. Hazard, footwork is first and foremost as far as I'm concerned. We're the B family. Facts. What's good, Mr. Burley? Joel Adams, salute, homie. Boxing footwork with joint locks is how you break stuff. Yeah, you can break some stuff. You put some footwork with some joint locks, slip in on them, yeah, tie him up. It's easier and quicker to KO with a punch or kick than trying to choke someone out. That's another thing. If you don't get the hand under the neck right, you got to grapple with this person. Now, imagine grappling with somebody, he reach in his pocket and pull out the knife on you. Start hitting you all up in the side. Your adrenaline is pumping. You don't even feel it. You still wrestling. Then all of a sudden, you in the bosom of God. Or you sitting on the sofa with the devil. One of the two. I don't know what your life is doing. I don't know what you do in your life. I don't know what you're doing in your life. But either you could be in the bosom of God or sitting on the futon with the devil. But that can happen when you grab somebody and pull them close to you. You don't know what he got in his pocket. Another bad thing that can go with wrestling, man. Them hands keep a man off. Back. Stay back. Stay back there. Elbow to the back of the wrestler. Facts, you can't play with the blade. That's what I'm saying. All right, son. Ultimately, don't fight nobody. The best fight you can fight is the fight you don't have to fight. Press one. Press one for me. The best fight you can fight is the fight that you don't have to fight. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what? You know the weapon that can end most fights? Your mouth. Your mouth is mightier than your fist, your feet, your grapple, and the sword. Press one for that. The mouth is mightier than all three. Because if you know how to talk right, you can talk yourself right. De-escalation. You can de-escalate the situation. You can fool a person. You can tell him, wait right here, and then run. You don't even got to fight. You could be like, yo, wait right here, homie. I'm going to give you that smoke. Give me 1 second, and then take off running. Pure into the dark. Nothing but ass cheeks and foot and feet. Feet and ass cheeks. That's right. Or you can just say you don't want no problems. You can talk him out of it. In the middle of the gray is God mind. Fact. Yeah, the God mind is powerful, people. It fuels this. This is your most strongest weapon you have when the situation is going down. Now, when you notice that this can no longer fix the situation, when democracy has failed, then you got to go to war. When democracy fails, it's time for war. So I'm wrestling. You don't even want to be on your back because you get pinned on the street. You're not looking for the takedown. You're looking for the slam. Yeah, you get slammed on the street. You may never wake up. Exactly. You can't count on grappling alone. It is a technique that is exchanged because of MMA. It's hard to observe your surroundings. When wrestling someone, on your feet, you must remain. Facts. Facts. It's the safest. Because if we're talking about battling in real situations, live time situations where your life is on the line, you don't really want to be on your back. You don't really want to be on your back. And if you on your back, you better have some friends with you. Yes. Yes, wrestling has gotten a lot more play because of MMA. But like I said, the wrestler, he doesn't actually have to get down there. I've seen a lot of fights end because of the slam. You know how many men I've seen get slammed to the concrete? You know what I'm saying? You know what the slam wipes the fight right out of you. You get slammed right and you get up off that ground, I tell you, fighting is the last thing that's on your mind. You looking for a medic. You looking around like, is there a medic in the house? Because when you fall, you're going to hurt something. Unless you're doing karate break falls. Even karate break falls can't save you when somebody's slamming you on the concrete. I've seen it. I've seen a lot more slams win fights than I've seen knockouts. I can tell you that. I've seen more fights end because a man got picked up and dropped on his neck than I've seen knockouts. I've seen some knockouts. I'm not going to sit here and say I ain't seen some knockouts. But I've seen a lot more fights end with the slam. Matter of fact, when I cornered my first MMA fight, this is Wolf Burley. I'm back there, we in the back doing the pad work. There was one coach, he doing pad work, pat. His joint slick. He looking real slick. I think he was trying to outdo Mr. Burley on the low because my pad work is kind of nice. And I seen him watching me. So I think he was really trying to outdo Mr. Burley. But I see how his fighter was hitting them pads. I said, oh, this kid got hands. I want to see his fight. He ended up fighting the dude that was all muscle. He came out the Biggie Smalls. With a Scully cap on. That right there should have been a sign that he was about that business. He came out with a Scully cap on. It was a Scully. It was hot in there. He had a Scully hat on. No shirt. cut up like lactose, just shredded, just big black melanated warrior. Yeah, I'll definitely talk. Big black melanated warrior. So when this man went up in there with his hands, he threw a punch, homie picked him up, slammed him, boom. He got up off the ground. He was a little wiggly. He was a little wiggly, but he still wanted to fight. He threw another one. Homie slipped up under that, picked him up. Slammed him to the ground again. Do you know the Slam Man won the belt? He beat everybody. He beat the kickers. He beat the punchers. You know what I'm saying? He was just picking everybody up and putting them down on their neck. And he won the belt. He won the belt. What do you do against a monster like that? What do you do against a monster that he just eating your punches, walking towards you, ain't nothing phasing him? Any martial art can be grabbed or slammed. Fighting is controlled chaos. No disrespect. Oh, yes. But I'm just saying, the wrestler man slammed the man, and this dude had he threw no punches, he threw no kicks. All he wanted to do was put his hands on you, pick you up in the air, and introduce you to the canvas. And he won. No one could stop him. So what do you do against a beast like that? Do you punch him in the throat? Because we know in the streets, see, boxing, faces is good, all that's good. But in the street, you can uppercut him in his groin. You can put his groin into his into his neck. You can put his nuts into his neck. Yes, you need all three, but we just talking about if you had to choose one to go into battle with, which one would you take? Bone hardened, I don't know. And I'll tell you why. I seen one of Master Lil Jon's student, and he was one of those Makarabi board. Yo, his hands were mangled. They were mangled. From hitting the board. I think you can basically see his skeleton coming through his skin. And he said, well, if I hit somebody, I can take him out. But look at the cost. His hands were mangled. I'm not mangling my body to hurt you. See, I'm not going to do that. That's why some of them hardening techniques is too kung fu cinema for me. Because why I'm going to beat myself up to beat you up? What type of craziness is that? I'm not beating me up to beat you up. I'm beating you up. For the beast, you must stop him instantly. Eyes, balls, though. You have to do something against the beast. Yo, you got to do something. They need to fish hook him, poke him in the eye, do some Three Stooges to him. They should have did something to that beast. They need to hit him with the Three Stooges. You know what the Three Stooges is. Poke him in the eye, slap him in the face. Three Stooges has some of the best fighting techniques for the streets. That's all I'm saying. He be breaking cinder blocks and yeah, that's crazy. Like I said, I'm not beating myself up. I'm not beating myself up to beat up another man. It's just uncalled for. You can hit on the bag, 400-pound bag. You know what I'm saying? That can condition your hands to be a little harder for punching. You can do stuff like that. But like sticking your hands in fire, grabbing needles, I don't think you got to go that far to be a world-class butt kicker. You ain't got to go that far. You ain't got to be juggling fire coals and taking off your shoes, standing on fire. You know what I'm saying? Smelling like you cooking hot dogs in the house. You can be like, who in here cooking hot dogs? Like, nah, son, I'm just standing on fire. That way my feet get stronger. That's right, I'm too delicate. Yeah, slapping the bag of rice, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a little bit more low-key. Yeah, that's a little bit more low-key. See, I can slap some rice. I slap the ish out of some rice. I slap some rice like a pimp. I introduced the rice to my pimp hand. I slap some long grain rice like it stole some. Straight like that. My slap hand different. Brian Keane said moderate. I think the high kick is a pretty effective attack without a lot of risk. You can immobilize someone pretty effectively and your shin will be fine. That is true. That is true. Listen, we chopping it up. We want to hear your thoughts. Share this video. Smash that like button. We got some good likes, but we got 34 people. Can we get 34 likes, people? Anybody that forgot to press the like button, just press it. Just press that like button. You know what I'm saying? Just press that like button for your boy Burley. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. Press that like button for your boy Burley. You know why? You gotta press that.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want a dog?
I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. You gotta hear it again?
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
Closed casket?
52 men beat you from the legs up, just with the hands. Yes. Pure headbutt style. Now, a headbutt is a problem. You catch too many headbutts. I think the best headbutt I seen was that soccer dude that headbutted that dude in the chest and turned him into a cheese doodle. Body conditioning is beating the body. In order for your body, you can be strong and take on. Yeah, but conditioning is different. Conditioning of the body is jumping rope and that type of, and even that is beating up the body. So imagine what punching Makarari boards and cinder blocks and holding fireballs are going to do to you. Because you are correct. Pardon me. You are correct. Even natural, even just regular conditioning is beating up the body. Like button touch for show. Cali Bay area. Cali checking in. Cali in the house. Salute to my Cali fam. I love y'all. I'll be out there soon. Knuckle push-ups as well. Ain't nothing wrong with some knuckle push-ups. I'm good with some knuckle push-ups. I'm definitely good with some knuckle push-ups. You know, you ain't got to be doing it on spike ground and messing you like. The point is, you ain't got to mess up this temple God gave you. The universe gave you. The Most High gave you. Just to beat up another man. I hit the heavy bag barehanded because if I throw one in the streets, I want to know how my hands can take it. Ain't no gloves in the street. That's good. That's good conditioning. Punching a heavy bag without glove. That's good conditioning. That's good conditioning. Because you know you got to be surgical with it.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay.
I'm surgical with this bitch. You got to be surgical with it. You know what I'm saying? So hitting on the heavy bag, that's good. You can feel the pressure. You know, you can see if your arm can take the pressure of it. That is a good thing. That's good. But like I said, punching blocks, and there was this one Chinese dude that punched metal poles every morning. They said he could knock out a bull. That was just the talk. But he punched, but his hands were deformed. Yeah, your hand, you don't want to deform yourself to hurt another man. Deformation. We're not trying to reach deformation to win the fight, to win a street fight. It's not that serious, people. If you got to start breaking up your body, just go get you a gun or a dog. Go get you a cane corso. Get you a cane corso. Or a Kango. You see how big the Kangos get? You see how big them Kangos get? Go get you a gun or a dog. That's safe. And you ain't got to beat yourself up. Joe Adams said, Coach, I like how you stress learning to take the pressure of mass attacks dealing with more than one opponent. Yeah, footwork. Footwork is how you deal with more than one opponent. I'm going to tell y'all who want to know the greatest footwork application you can use against multiple opponents. Press 1 if you want to know right now. Press 1 if you want to know right now. I'm surgical with this.
How you want it, dog?
How you want it, dog?
Closed casket?
Closed casket? Who wants to know the top application you can use in footwork against multiple opponents? All right, press them ones. I need to see my ones before I give you this answer. Because this is a real answer right here, people. This is real. None of that funny stuff. Because I love y'all, so I'm going to keep it real with y'all. All right, I see enough ones. Y'all want to know? Running. That's right, You hightail it up out of there. You don't stick around. This ain't no kung fu movie. Ain't no kung fu movie. Even if you got to fight 10 people, you punch one in the face and you get to booking on them. You turn on the afterburners. Turn on the afterburners, people. Press 1. Turn on the afterburners. You do not, and I repeat, you do not stick around and try to do an Ip Man movie. You do not. Don't do it. If you're forced to face more than one people and you cannot run away, then I pray that you got insurance. I pray that somebody got some insurance on you because you finna go meet your maker if they want to kill you. If they want to kill you, they got you. I'm sorry. Sorry, people. No. There's no real application against 5 to 10 people. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Only thing you can use against 5 to 10 people without running, you need the Draco. If you got the back it on up. If you got the Draco, you can face multiple opponents. For sure. For sure. But if you ain't got the Draco, and you got more than one person confronting you, you look around like this is how you set it up. I'm going to show you how to set it up. Like if it's 2 dudes standing right in front of me, even 3 standing in front of me, they all want to fight me. I'm going to show you how you set it up. This is old school. Ghetto tactics. Hood tactics. I'm giving y'all the game here, man. Press that like button. You're getting the game right here. Now you got 3 people in front of you. You do it just how Uncle Light Burley is about to show you. You don't even look him in the eye. You look away. You still on that dude, and you get the running. Get the running. You do the look away trick. Because the look away, when you look away, they're gonna look to see where you looking. Then you still on one of them, and then you get to running. Then you burn it. Then you burn it, and you pray the other 2 don't catch you. Because they're gonna be mad because you just stole on their homie. They're gonna really want to hurt you. So when you turn on them afterburners, you can't just, and you definitely don't run in straight lines, people. You gotta zigzag. You gotta be zigzagging. You gotta be like Sonic the Hedgehog out there. You can't be running in no straight line. They're gonna run you down. I'm from the ghetto. I know these things, people. You gotta zigzag. You gotta zigzag. But do not, and I repeat, do not stick around and try to reduplicate the Ip Man movie. You're not fighting for rice. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be on the ground with the rice. They're gonna kill you. Multiple opponents, you need multiple skills and perfect time and absolute calm of mind. Can't survive. Yeah, you're going to need more than that. Like I said, you're going to need to run. You're going to need to run. Forget that multiple opponent thing, people. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Even, let me tell you this. Even if you had a 9mm, you got the Glock. You got the Glock. You got to face 50 people. You only got about 16 shots. What you gonna do with those other 34 mad individuals? Even with a gun, you can't face multiple opponents if the opponents outnumber the bullets in the gun. That's right. Live to fight another day. Listen, Shaka Zulu is one of the first generals to implement hit-and-run tactics against the British. He said it. How do you face a large army? You hit them and run. That's how you face a large army. Chris Colbert is fighting on set. Yes, Heavy Andy, you know we're going to talk about that. My homie Heavy Andy, he want to talk boxing no matter what we talking about. I love Heavy Andy because I love boxing. So I respect Heavy Andy. He don't care what we talking about. He want to know what's going on in the world of boxing, and I'm with you, brother. What if you got to protect someone who can't run away? Then you got to die. Then you got to die. That's part of your protection. Then be prepared to die. And hope that in your death, you save the person. Because they may get killed too in the process. But there is no art. There is no art that covers multiple people. But there is another one. There's another one that can help you with multiple people. I got another application. You have multiple people. If he got 5, you got 5, we all lock heads. I'm with that. Little battle royal, little battle rumble. What do they call that? The house rumble, royal rumble. I'm with a little rumble royal. Heavy Andy, we're talking about which is the king art, punching, kicking, or wrestling. If you had to go into war and you can only pick one, which one would you pick? Punching, kicking, and wrestling, and why would you pick it? That's what we're talking about. And then we're going to talk about that Chris Colbert, because he's fighting tomorrow night, and my money's on Chris Colbert. I'm taking bets. Point is, for multiple opponents is way too much. It's way too much. Do you think Gervonta Davis at his best, or did he needs more work? Oh, he's still growing. Gervonta's still growing. But we are looking at pound for pound. King Judah said wrestling. I hear you. Why you feel it's wrestling? King Judah, talk about it. Don't get flanked or that's your ass. Literally, yes. And you're going to get flanked. I used to see men get jumped. One man would sacrifice himself just to get his hands on you. Once he got his hands on you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You trying to fight him, he punching you. The other two free dudes is now stomping on your face. Punching can always return the follow-up elbow. Yeah, you can definitely return with the elbow. The elbow's with punching. Punching because if I break my hands, I can evade the situation and live another day. I like that, Heavy Andy. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. I like it. I like it. I totally agree. Malcolm Price said Usain Bolt. That's right. Listen, I ain't scared to get my Usain Bolt on. Like I said, Shaka Zulu said it. How does a smaller army beat a larger army? Hit and run, baby. Hit and run. That's what Shaka Zulu was doing to them British. When they was falling asleep, he was coming out the trees, killing them. They waking up in the middle of the night getting killed. They screaming. He breaking down their morale. Their morale was broken. They was in the jungle like, we're fighting ghosts. We're fighting ghosts. We can't see them. Every time we wake up, we missing 10 men. That will break the morale of any army. So no, Shaka Zulu, one of the greatest generals that ever lived, said it. How does a smaller army face a big army? Hit and run, baby. So I take punching because punching requires stick and move. Yes, I hear you. I ain't mad at you. I'm a hand man. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, in war, you need to be fully equipped, definitely. But we just saying for the sake of the conversation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Most people don't know nothing about a good jumping no more. They don't know how to jump nobody no more. They be beating up each other. Reason, if you have find a funeral in that object, but your cardio you better be beastly. Yeah, you're going to need that cardio. If you're only punching, you can be punched back. That's true. But if he moves and punches you every time you try to grab, you ain't going nowhere. That can happen too. Kicking, because I'm going to have a sword. Yeah, kicking is a long weapon. Kicking by far is your longest weapon. You can definitely kick a man off. The teep kick, we all know about the teep kick in Muay Thai. That kick, the teep kick or the push kick, that'll put a man on his butt, keep a man off of you. But how many men can you keep off of you? I'll get off a few punches and get going. Hey, I hear you. I hear you, baby. Shaka Zulu, hit and run. Ain't nothing wrong with hit and run tactics. Especially when you facing superior numbers. I'll run today and get you tomorrow. You may jump me on Monday, but on Tuesday, I'm going to catch you slipping. I'm going to have a hunting knife. Well, you got a hunting knife, you're going to equalize stuff. But let me say this about stabbing. When you stab a man, you got to get right up on him. Blood splattering in your face. You can hear him screaming. You can see the life leaving his eyes. How many people ready for that type of work? Not a lot of people ready for that type of work. That's serious business. Like to stab a man, you got to get all up close on him. You got to be there. You seeing him fall apart. That's some serious stuff. A lot of people ain't got the heart for that. Malcolm Price said, I'm cool with that. Okay. Excuse me, assassin. Excuse me, master assassin. He said, I'm going to go home and eat some cookies. I ain't going to even think about you. I'm going to go home and get some good Z's. I'm going to stab you up and go to sleep. If he trying to harm, anything goes. That's right. Anything goes. Joe Adams said, you right, like, I appreciate you. We talking about it. We talking about it. And the changes, yes. Yes. Let's not, unless we've been in that type of work. For those, excuse me, for those that, for those that did that type of work, it's not easy to stab a man, I'm telling you. A lot of people ain't ready for that type of work. That takes special type of insides. Like, you got to have already done that, be prepared for that, you know. A lot of these dudes are shooting because shooting is easy. You can turn your face and shoot. You don't see what the bullet hits. You don't see the bullet going through them. That's why it's easy to shoot. Less accountability with shooting. Less accountability with shooting. But now when you cutting a man, oh, when you playing butcher at the meat market, oh, it get real. It get real. You seeing all types of stuff, the inside of the human body that you ain't never seen unless you did that type of work before. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Splitting the man up and cutting him up like bologna, that's not easy work. You got to get up on him. That's right. Like I said, you see his life leave his eyes. Who ready for that? Now, if someone's trying to harm you, yes. But even when someone's trying to harm you, a lot of people still ain't got the heart to do that type of dirty work. That's dirty work. Only if it's worth it. I tried to save a man shot up and had to bear with him in his last moments. Wow, Malcolm Price. Wow. Deep. Deep. You heard what that brother just said? Let me repeat what he just said. Only if it's worth it. I tried to save a man shot. And had to bear with him in his last moments. How many people, not a lot of us know what it is to be with a man in his last moments of life. On a larger scale, in the event of an anti-black race war, unity in our black communities is essential for our survival. A bit off the topic. We ain't mad at you, Black Warrior Spirit. We had that conversation yesterday and the day before. We just had that conversation. Are we still crabs in the barrel? And we saying that because we saying we need to unify. Facts. Thinking back to real situations. If I have space to kick, I do that first. If distance is too close, striking his neck. And if he grabs, then you gotta wrestle. God bless you, Mr. Malcolm. Joe Adams is sending Mr. Malcolm love. That's right. That's right. God bless you. That's hard to be with a man in his last moments. See, when you kill a man, you kill everything he's going to be and everything he was. Can you live with that? When you kill a man, you kill everything he could be and everything he was. Are you ready for that? Where I'm from, I'd rather get shot than be stabbed. Well, I got shot. Getting shot feels it is whoa. I got shot with the 357 Magnum. Magnum, people. I got hit with the Magnum. And the dude that was shooting me was doing this. So I was blessed. He couldn't even look at me. He couldn't even look at the kid. He came to shoot me. He was like this. I don't mean to mark none of y'all. He had the gun on me. And the minute he squeezed, his hand went down. He tensed up and saved my life. Now, if he would have been the murderer, Mr. Burley wouldn't have been here talking to you. But I can tell you one thing. Oh, man, that bullet hurt. Oh, Lord, that bullet hurt. Oh, man. Listen. Bullets hurt. Bullets hurt. You know what I'm saying? That bullet hurt. Ripped my leg up. Right now, the bullet wound looked like a big, giant cigar. That's how big my bullet wound is. The doctor told me it was 1 inch down from my kneecap, 1 inch over from my shin bone. 1 inch over from my shin bone, 1 inch down from my kneecap. Would have messed me up. Oh, man, it feels like, you know what it feels like to get shot? If someone took a hot piece of metal that was laying in the fire, not till it's red hot, when it's white hot. You leave a piece of metal on the fire till it's white hot. Not red hot, white hot. Then you take it out and you stick it in somebody and hold it. That's what it felt like to get shot. Matter of fact, they couldn't even close my gun wound because the bullet had cooked my skin around the gun wound. Yes, I have. That has become my purpose, Mr. Price. Thank you. Bullet cooked my skin. Yes, to the Almighty. Thank God that he wasn't a killer. Thank God that he wasn't a killer. He was a shooter. See, there's a difference between a killer and a shooter. See, a killer is going to make sure the job is done. Because after he shot me, I ran. See, a killer is going to chase you down. A killer ain't going to let you run the block. See, a shooter going to shoot you and run. See, those are shooters. That's what we got today. That's what we got nowadays. These young kids are shooters. They not killers. They shooters. Anybody pop, 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 run. They all run away. They don't care who they hit. They came and killed everybody but the person they was looking for. Terrible. Those are shooters. See, now killers, they come strictly for you. Strictly for you. They weave in and out the people they don't want. They get to you and they put that work on you. And then they also make sure the job is done. Ain't no running. You running, they running behind you, shooting you in the back. That's what killers do. See, the universe blessed me. He ain't sent me a killer. He sent me a shooter. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. So shooting, yeah, that's some that work right there is. I've never been stabbed. I've never been stabbed, so I don't know what stabbing is like. I suggest all you visualize these situations so you are prepared to do what's necessary to protect your families. And this is why a man has to train. And this is why I believe every man, it should be mandatory that you learn some type of martial arts, specifically boxing. I say boxing. Bless you all. Still enjoy the chat. Take care of there and keep being real. Salute. We'll see you on the next one. We'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you. Heavy Andy said, word in the hood, hitting kids and women is nasty out here, and these young men lost they soul. Yeah, they just run around shooting at each other. They ain't killers. They killing. Not saying that shooters can't kill. Let's get this twisted. I'm not saying that shooters can't kill. But killers make sure the job gets done. And you know something else tricky about getting shot? I ran the block on the leg that was shot. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug, people. I'm here to tell you, as a man that has tasted it, adrenaline is some powerful stuff. I ran the block on the shot leg, 357, leg hanging open, and I'm still booking it on it. Adrenaline, people. See, this is also what you got to add into the fight with punching and kicking. When a man is adrenaline is up, he may not even feel none of your punches or kicks. Shooters don't stick around to see the end result so they don't scare their conscience. Facts, they're not killers. So you will be punching the man in the face. He may not feel that after the fight, the next day. I ran almost a block on the shot leg off the power of adrenaline. Serious business. The way of the warrior starts with the empty hand. Us black collectively need to get our fighting spirit back. Yes. And that's why I said every man needs to be training. Every man needs to be in martial arts. So you can protect your families. The strongest parts of a man is provide and protect. A lot of men are providers, not protectors. A lot of men, we used to be more protectors than providers. Because our women and children were really in danger way back. Now it's a little different. Prayers and blessings and healing to you, Mr. 52 Blocks. BK Warrior, I appreciate you. Now it's much different. So men provide more than they protect nowadays. And if they were forced into situations to protect, they can't protect because they haven't trained for the situation. The warrior spirit is dying. Because you can call police. You call the police. You ain't got to fight no more. You call police. They're taking your warrior spirit away from you. So you call the police. You got to wait for the police while your house is getting robbed and they got you all tied up and they slapping you in the head with the gun, making you eat Twinkies. That's right, they tie you up and make you eat Twinkies. I heard about it. I heard about these crazy killers tie you up, make you eat a Twinkies cake. And while they shoving Twinkies down your throat, you're waiting for police. And their response time could be 10 minutes in certain places. If you live in the ghetto, you can bet the response time is going to be long. So, yeah, police is good, but you got to wait on them. So why not Be the warrior. Do not let them rob you of your warrior spirits, my warriors, my melanated warriors, my less than melanated warriors, my Spanish warriors, my Chinese warriors, all of my warriors of men. Do not, especially for my melanated people, do not let them take your warrior spirit from you, because that's what's happening. As the world gets more civilized, we become weaker. There's a price we're paying. There's a price we're paying for this civilization we get. There's a price. You may not feel it, but look around you. It's happening. Men are soft as Twinkies nowadays. Men are weak. Women are running up on men, punching them in the face. You go on TikTok, YouTube, you see women assaulting men. In the heydays of the 40s and 50s, let me tell you, this was never happening. It was an anomaly for a woman to jump in a man's face back in the heyday. Was not happening. Not happening. Even when police arose, you can tell police like, yo, my wife just got crazy. They gonna mind their business. That's how they did it back in the day. As long as you ain't killing nothing. Now, I'm not advocating for any man to go put his hands on no woman. Do not do that. I'm not advocating that. But protect yourself. If your woman attack you, listen, I'm going to tell you how Mr. Burley do it. I give fades to women and children. That's right. Women, men, and children catch this fade. You will, listen. I'll get on my knees and give it to a 5-year-old. Like, you want these hands? I'm going to fade you out. If you coming to hurt Mr. Burley, I don't care how you come. I don't care what temple you ride or what horse you ride up and on. What horse you ride in on. I'm going to fade you. But I'm not looking to do that. I'm not looking to put my hands on no men, no women, or no children. But if you can bet, men, women, or children try to come and interfere with this life I'm living, I'm going to give you this work. I'm giving you this work. It could be a family affair. I'll beat up the father, the mother, then the child. I'll give you all the work. Make it a family affair. The family that gets beat up together stays together. I'll give you one of those if you're coming to hurt me. If your intent is to do bodily harm to me. Let's make sure this is clear for my YouTube algorithm. We are not promoting violence on any shape or form on women, men, or children, or even animals. But if they come with it, like if you run up on me with your dog and your dog look like it want to catch this fade, I'm going to fade your dog. I'm going to get down there and left hook your dog. That's right. I'll get the fade to your little dog. That's right. Your toy Yorkie. I don't care what you're rolling with. Pit Bull, Yorkie, whatever you got. If you run up thinking you're going to just run up on life and take my life easy, no, I'm going to fade you and your dog. Then I'm going to go home and slap your cat and go in your house, slap your cat. It's serious. I'm making a family affair. That's all I'm trying to tell you. These New York women love to fight. Then they do the you know what next. Oh, yeah, they call the police on you. They call the police on you. That's right. They will call the popo on you. You got to be careful. But hey, like I said, if they come to hurt me, I'm giving up that work. That's all I'm saying. I ain't going to sit on the sideline let somebody bring bodily damage to me. No, sir. Now, Mr. Burley, I'm going to fade you. I'm going to give you that fade. I don't care who, like I said, I don't care what horse you rode up in on. King Judah with that $5 super chat said, because back in the day, a woman who acted like a man was treated like a man. Uh-oh. Now she can attack you, but you can't defend yourself. You will be attacked. Uh-oh. King Judah just hit us with that. He just let me read it again if y'all missed it. Because back in the day, a woman who acted like a man was treated like a man. Now she can attack you, but you can't defend yourself. You will be attacked. Yes, that's right. Back in the day, a woman that got treated like a woman that acted like a man got treated like a man. Even children, adults were quick back then to tell you, stay in the child's place, young man. An adult will get right in your face, like stay in the child's place. You talking to an adult all spicy? All spicy like that? Adult will, what? Back in my day, anybody could give you a beating. Your mama's friend could beat you in the streets if she seen you doing some crazy stuff. That's why the kids back in the day, we had way more respect for our seniors, the elders. Because back in my heyday, Anybody could put hands on you if you was acting up. And then go to your parents and tell them, yeah, I seen your kid in the street. He was throwing rocks at cars, so I snatched him up, put the hands on him. And you know what your parents going to say? Thank you. If you see him again, you beat him again, and then you call me so I can come and beat him again. That's how we rocked back in the days. Real talk, I teach self-defense in the Cali Bay area, and it's difficult to get our black brothers to come in and train. It's facts. Facts. We got to start pushing it. We got to start pushing it to our people. Get in these gyms, man. Get in the dojos, train. Don't walk around with your attitude and your emotions. Emotions and attitude don't win fights, people. Not against the good ones. You're going to get yourself ragged and tagged out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be walking around with emotion and attitude. Now I'm talking to my melanated brothers. Emotion and attitude it does not win fights. Technique and aggression, yeah, I'll take those two over emotion and attitude anytime. I'll take technique and aggression over emotion and attitude any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Any day of the week. I'm gonna take that. You know why? Hold on. Oh, I ain't even have it queued up. Hold on. I was off cue.
I'm surgical with this bitch.
I'm surgical with this bitch.
Huh? Closed casket.
Closed casket? How you want it, Jake? Let's hear it again. Ha ha ha.
You know I'm surgical.
With this bitch.
You want a dog?
Uh-huh. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. In the heyday, it was different. Martial arts always been our culture. We have lost our way. Yes. 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 Because we don't believe, because we've gotten lazy. And we believe in attitude and emotion. A lot of us been raised by our mothers. We didn't have fathers in our houses. See, if you had a correct father, not just the man that was there, I'm talking about the correct father, he'd probably put you in the boxing or something like that. You know, because a father going to want to see his son into something. I got girls, and I still taught my daughters how to fight. You know what I'm saying? I got girls, and I still beat up on them. Because you ain't going to just be putting on your hands on Mr. Burley's daughters. You're going to get quite a surprise. You're going to, and she's going to tell you, you don't know who my father is? Huh? Huh? Can Taiwanese people do 52 blocks? Hell yes. Bring on the Taiwanese people. Come on in. Come get some of this work. What y'all waiting for? Ain't nobody blocking the door, not in 52 blocks. Ain't nobody blocking the door. Every man is welcome. The only thing we judge men on is your character and your heart, not the color of your skin. But do I still stand firmly with my melanated warriors who are not getting in the dojos, who are not training? Yes, I stand with them, and I stand with them to say enough's enough. Get in the dojo, get in the gym, stop talking about it, and do it. Don't talk the talk, walk the walk. Don't talk the talk. We good at talking the talk. My melanated warriors is good at talking some talk. But you got to walk the walk too, man. You got to walk the walk. That's right. In my heyday, you had to put your hands up. You had to be a man. You had to man up. And that's what we need more of today. Bobby Burzel said, lizards rule today. Them lizard people out there. Hey, he said, if the lizard people is out there, you watch for the lizard people. In the hood, our brothers think we should lift weights to look tough and mean mug all day. Yup. Yup. What the F? You'd be in the martial arts gym putting in that work. That's right. Because we going off of bluff and posture. It's about to be race riots, though. That was like Peter Pepper picked the pepper. Race riots, though. Heard about the new laws in Mississippi. What's going on in Mississippi? What they done did in the M-I-double-I, crooked eye leather, crooked eye P. You know how they used to spell Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I, crooked letter, I forgot. I smoked too much weed. But we did that back in school. You know what I'm talking about. But what's going on in Mississippi? What is happening in Mississippi? We ain't hear about these new laws. Please elaborate for everybody in the chat. Inquiring minds want to know. We want that information. What are they doing in Mississippi? They end up acting like the crazy. You have no other choice. If you raised by your mother, you will have those emotional defaults. I had them too. My mother put me in like a boarding military school, so I didn't grow up with my mother a lot. I grew up around men, so I was a little different. But I know dudes that had, from 0 all the way up to 25, they was with their mama. And yes, very emotional. Very emotional. My own dad busted me in the chest when I was 8 years old. I cussed at him. He told me, watch how you talk to a grown man. That's right, you watch your mouth. Grown men ain't listen. We used to be on the basketball court playing. When grown men walked on the court, they didn't even have to talk to us. We just left. We just walked off the court. They never even had to tell us, get out of here, little ninjas. They didn't even have to tell us. We were already knew respect our elders. You see elders walk up on the basketball court, you move off and let them play their game. Nowadays, they got to shoot at these youngers. They talk back to the elders. They don't even respect their elders. They put no respect on the elders' name. No, they do not. They put no respect on the elders' name. Terrible. Terrible. That's what we're seeing out here, people. But this is why men must be men. Men must learn how to fight. Men must learn how to protect as well as provide for their families. Provisions are good. Provisions are good. But protection is better. Because if you can't protect the provisions that you have brought to your family, what have you done? So I appreciate everybody who's joined me in this live. No, we will be back. We're going to take off on the weekends. We're going to be dropping other videos. But Monday, we back with our lives. We're keeping it spicy. We're keeping the topics rolling. Only spicy topics from here on in. Only spicy topics. So as always, hands up, chin down, rumble. Young man, rumble.